Okay, so hello everyone, this is Akshay here, and welcome back to the another great day of our GFG Purish Week. Today's question name is reverse words. Although this question is of easy category, but I think it's a very standard one, and that's the reason maybe it has been asked in so much of big companies, right? So let us read the question, and we will see how or what are the approaches to solve this one, right? Let's get back to our OneNote. So before starting the question, if you have not yet subscribed our channel, please do so. And yeah, let us now highlight the important parts of the question so that you can solve it. Mm, Okay, so we've been given a string str, reverse the string without the reversing its individual words, right? So input output देखते हैं. So in the input and output, you can clearly see that there is a dot, or let's say full stop between the words of or between the characters of this given string, right? So what we need to do is that we need to reverse the words and not the individual characters. Like these are the words, right? So this much will go at the first, second last word will go to the second position, and similarly so on and so forth, right? You can clearly see much at the very last become the first word, very at the second last become the second word, right? Okay. Also, in the meanwhile, there is one challenge going on of 21 days purity challenge powered by Deutsche Bank on GFG purity. So there are like four set of rules. I have explained that in a video. It must be popping up now. Must watch that video, and at the end of the 21 days, following all the guidelines and rules, you'll be uh, you'll be eligible to get a free stylish backpack, right? So for this question, I could think of two approaches, right? So, and the expected time and space is given as O of n and O of n, right? So the first approach we're gonna see is that we would be doing in O of n time complexity and space as O of n. And method two we're gonna see as the optimized one, where the time complexity would be O of n, definitely, and the space complexity as O of one, right? Now having said that, before moving on to this question, I would highly encourage you guys to think in perspective of both the time complexity and see where do you stand, and then resume this video again. Okay. So let us get going. So here we have this particular string, right? So if we split this particular string based on the full stop or the dot which we have, right? So I'm gonna try in for the second test case because it is small and simple to do so. So pqr.mno, right? So let us make a split and store that particular words in a word array. And how are we gonna do that in the Java? So str.toChar array, right? This will convert an entire string into the array of characters. Or what I would see is, or what I would say is that here we do not even need to use this function char array. We can simply call the split function, right? We can just say that string str is nothing but our current string dot split, right? So this is something related to syntax, right? So we're gonna do two backslash and one dot, and this gonna split our whole character stream into the particular words. So हमारा जो str दिखेगा, the string str would look like this. So we have an array indexing 0 and 1, and we'll have pqr here, and we will have mno at the first index, right? Now what we're gonna do here is that as the second point, as the second step, that we want to reverse the characters or reverse the words, right? And we already have the words in our array indexing. The second step, as you can also see, that we can simply traverse from right to left and keep on appending into our answer string, right? Now in Java we have three things. There is string, an empty string, we have string builder, and then we have string builder and buffer, right? So empty string, I never encourage you guys to use this as part of your answer, because यहाँ पे जो append का जो टाइम कॉम्सिटी होता है वो O of n होता है, बट इन स्ट्रिंग बिल्डर इट इज़ O of 1 एंड स्ट्रिंग बफर इट इज़ O of 1, राइट? तो फिर इन दोनों में क्या डिफरेंस हुआ, स्ट्रिंग बिल्डर स्ट्रिंग बफर? तो इसमें मल्टी थ्रेडिंग का कुछ कॉन्सेप्ट होता है स्ट्रिंग बिल्डर में. One of them is a single threaded, and another is a multi threaded, right? So you can research on that. But yeah, the main point I want to emphasize here is the append जो होता है O of 1 होता है, तो इस चीज़ का हम फायदा उठाएंगे यहाँ पे. We'll make a string builder answer, and we'll traverse from right most to the leftmost, and we'll keep on appending the particular words present in the particular indexes, and we will return the string builder into a string format using .toString and build function. Please pause this video here, try to code this approach by yourself, and then we can see. So here is a very simple walkthrough for this particular approach. So we are splitting our string into an array of words, right? An array of strings basically using this inbuilt function. And we are now making a string builder as we discussed because the append happens in O of 1 here. We are traversing from the last word to the first most word, and we are appending those words into a result string builder, right? Now while we are appending, let us see at this case again. So for MNO, I need to add this into my answer, right? That would be first step. Second step would be add a dot. Similarly, add the second character PQR, and the second step was to add a dot. But since this is the first string, or let's say I equals to 0, we will not add a dot operator here, or let's say the dot character. So for if I is not equals to 0, then only do this second step of adding a dot, else you do not do it, right? So that is why we have written here, if I is not equal to 0, then only do the second step, else you do not do it, right? So let us hit the submit button for this code. So what is the time and space? It would be O of n for this array which we have used, and O of n for iterating. Okay, so here goes our submission. All the test cases have been passed. So let us switch to our OneNote again and let us see the second method, right? Or let's say the alternate method. I don't know what would the time and space, but yeah, the second approach is that to reverse the string times 2, right? So how are we gonna tackle this case? Is that, let's say, taking the second test case as pqr.mno, right? So we will first of all split, right? Or I think let me think again. Yeah, so this question is somewhat, let's say, similar to k reverse digits, or let's say k reverse in array, right? In which we are supposed to reverse, if there's an array given, then this k should be reversed, and then another k, and then another k spaces should be reversed in this array, right? After solving this question, you must or you may go through this question as well. It would be good to have it. Okay, so here as the first step, we will reverse the entire string, right? So that would be O N M dot R Q P, right? And as the second step, we will again, so if we want to reverse it again, then I think nothing would happen. Okay, so as the first step, what we will do is that we will reverse the individual words here, right? That is R Q P dot O N M. Yeah. And how are we gonna do this? We're gonna use a simple for loop, and we will use this dot to differentiate. We will have a start and end pointer, right? And we'll keep on updating the start and end based on our dot where we got the character as dot, right? Again, as the second step, we will reverse this whole particular string. So if we do this, we will get mno dot pqr, right? And this is the expected output for this input. So please try to code this approach by yourself, and then we will see a simple code walkthrough. Okay, so let us just see the code walkthrough. So first thing first, we have a helper function of reversing the characters in a string with the indexes given as low and high, and that's simple, right? So we have a start pointer and the end pointer, and we are just keep on reversing it. So let me give you a very quick glimpse on it. Let's say we need to reverse ABC, so we'll have start here, we'll have end here, right? And we will swap the start and end, that is C, B, and A, and we'll keep on moving from both the ends to the center, right? And we'll keep on and as soon as this pointer, that is start less than equals to end, right, we'll stop our while loop. Okay, so that is what is happening in this helper function as well. Now let us see the exact logic. We are actually splitting our string into the character array, right? Why are we doing so? Because the string in Java is immutable, right? You cannot access you can access the ith index of the string, but you cannot change that character, right? So that is why we need to convert it into a character array, and then we can, if the character, so array, right, using the index we can set access and do each and every operation. So we are reversing each word in the string. How are we doing that? We are maintaining a start pointer, right? And then an pointer going from 0 to less than n. And if you are getting at any particular, the index is pointing to my dot character, right? Then we are reversing the string starting from start till end -1. and similarly so on and so forth. For the next iteration, we are appointing a start as n plus 1, right? तो ये कैसे काम कर रहा है यार, एक बार आपको मैं छोटा सा ग्लिम्स दे देता हूँ. So in this character, that is pqr dot m and o. So end is here and start is here, right? So end gonna go at this index, that is 0 1 2 3 4 5 and 6 at 3, right? And start is here and end is here. So we're gonna pass this particular string, that is start comma end minus 1, that is pqr, in the reversal function. And similarly we'll update our start pointer to m, and then again we'll go on moving ahead in the right hand side direction. Okay. So, but if you see, we are actually marking the end of our particular word using this dot, right? But for the last word which we have, there is no dot, right? So we need to handle this explicitly after the for loop ends, and that is the reason we are handling it specifically after the for loop ends. That is reverse start comma n minus 1, and then we are reversing the entire string as the second part of operation, and then just returning the string, right? Yep, I think that makes sense. So let us hit the submit button for this code. So what is the time and space again? So since we are using this character s2 dot char array, so again it will take O of n as time, and since we are also using the str char array to store all the particular characters, so it would be O of n as space. And for rest of the things, we are simply using a for loop. We are reversing the particular characters and then so on and so forth. So these are parallel work, right? So we can clearly see the time and space here also both points to O of n and O of n. So I think here we should change it. Here we should change it to O of n. Okay. Okay, so here goes our submission. All the test cases has been passed. So let us meet again in the next video. Till then, keep learning, keep growing. Bye bye, and take care, guys. Okay, so while we are signing off, there are things I need to discuss. So we have a YouTube channel, definitely, and that's why you're seeing this video. And we maintain the playlist. I try to maintain the playlist for all the topics, that is starting from array and going to recursion, trees, binary, and graph, and so on and so forth, right? Also, we have a playlist for lead code solution interview preparation, which consists of 60 to 100 videos. Next 50 videos are still yet to be uploaded, but definitely you can follow that. What and there are two more playlists, that is the interview experience. Whatever interviews I have given in my 2 years of experience, I have mentioned all those questions and how do we approach a problem in this playlist. And there are some podcasts as well. I was invited twice as a speaker at SR University. So these are the genuine questions which we guys face at a student phase of life. So I try to answer that in the most appropriate possible way, or which I have experienced in my career, right? Now, the last thing, that there's a DSR repository. It consists of all the questions which we have solved in the past. So we are at day streak 533. And so definitely there's a 500 plus solution in this repository. You must start and fork this repository to get help with the source code, as well as it may help you for the preparation of interview and the interviews as well. So बस इतना ही था. Till then, bye bye guys.